Hello friends and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. I live east of the Twin Cities in Woodbury, if you're familiar with the area. Tonight we are going to make a Christmas card like this one, but it'll be a little different. Let me find myself. There we are. Make sure I have the right video. If you were here with me last week, I was rewatching the week before's video instead of the live, and okay, so this is where you can find me. My website is a great place to start because then depending on what you're looking for, it will take you different places. So from my website, northstarstamper.com, you can get to my shopping website. There's a place you can contact me directly if you have any questions. My email is on there, my links to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. Where else am I? So the best place to start is my website, and then whatever you're looking for from there. So we're going to make a Christmas card very much like this one today. And if you saw, Stampin' Up! Had posted a card. It was white on white with white embossing, and they used a floral mask, and then they had the word hello, and I decided why not make it into a Christmas card. So this is my sample, and let me share with you what products I'm using. So hello everybody, thank you for joining me. So the embossing paste from the annual catalog, the embossing paste, I'll slow down, is on page 128. Right now we offer shimmery white and white. I believe the shimmer white is on back order. So just so you know. The dies, my Noel there, that we're going to make our card merry tonight, are the Playful Alphabet dies, which were actually part of the seasonal sale a couple weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago. So that's from the annual catalog. Put that to the side, and then from the current mini catalog, July through December, on page 9, we're going to use these masks, and you can't tell, but this one is all snowflakes, and I have those. The pictures in the catalogs just don't do our products justice, and even going on the website, you can see what all these patterns are. They're still different when you get them in your hands. So that's why I do like to try a little bit of everything and see what I like. So these are those masks. And there's a piece of saran on there, and that will get in the way. So there's a nice stripe that reminds me of candy stripe. That reminds me of frosting on sugar cookies or gingerbread cookies, which is what they use in the catalog. There's our snowflake that we're going to use tonight, and then just these dots. I haven't used these very much. If I have time and if I remember, I'm going to use this on the envelope with a blending brush. So actually, let me reach over here and put that with my other supplies that I'm going to use tonight. All right, let's get this out of the way and let's get started. Holler if you have questions. So I will try to watch comments tonight because this is a little involved. It does take a bit to dry, so I have one done that we'll use tonight for our card, but I do want to show you how to do this. Where do I put this? Okay, so I have a pan of water here because I don't want to have to leave you with nothing on the video and go to the sink to rinse it out, rinse off my mask. So that's why I have water handy. The embossing paste comes like this, and I will show you. You can also purchase the tools, and I will show you here. Mine is a little old, and it's not the same consistency as when I bought it. It's very crumbly. It reminds me of feta or blue cheese. When I got it, it was more the consistency of frosting, like you would ice a cake with. So just so you know, this is not what yours will look like if you buy it. I left this foil on, hoping it would not do that. But luckily I tried this, and this is what I used on that sample and my backup one for tonight. So that's the embossing paste. I'm going to close this while we talk about the rest of the things I'm going to have. you know what? I'm going to get started. Here's my backup one, so you can see where we're going. I'm just going to get started because I want to get this kind of out of the way because there's a lot of stuff going on. So my mask is going to go right over my basic white cardstock. And let me grab something else. Oh, it's already in my basket. Hold on. When I made that one yesterday and cleaned off my mask, where'd it go? Okay, and cleaned off my mask, I noticed that when I first put it under the water, the consistency of the paste that was left on my mask was the consistency I kind of wanted. So if I'm having trouble spreading the paste tonight, I'm going to spritz it with just a little bit of water to try to bring it back to a consistency that I can actually spread easily. So, all right. Deb says now she has to buy the stencils. I really like the stencils. There's so much we can do with them. I'm going to try to keep the paste on the back of my tool here. Spatula, I guess I call it. That's probably more than enough, depending on how thick you want those. And again, like I said, I'm going to keep this closed. I'm going to hold it down carefully, and I'm just going to spread it. You can see it's really crumbly and kind of a mess. But if you look close, and I don't want to stop because this dries quite quickly, and if I don't keep going, it will dry on my mask and be there forever. I believe it's permanent. I haven't read. So you just keep going back and forth. Just kind of smush it into the stencil. So depending on your stencil, I believe we did this on a video a while ago, and I meant to look it up. I used a die cut opening, the negative of the die cut, to create a stencil. And then I stamped on it. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was a while ago. I also we used to carry silver embossing paste. And when Tony and I celebrated our silver anniversary, my theme for that month's in-person class was silver. And we used the silver embossing paste on projects. See, it's getting kind of hard to spread. So I'm going to try. This is just water in one of our spritzers. And I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't work, we'll call it a failed experiment and we'll just use that one. So I'm just going to spritz it once. Oh, much better. It's spreading much more easily. I had another can of embossing paste that was like almost rock solid. And I tried to rejuvenate it. I put water in it and left it for days, and it just was rock solid paste with water, so it did not rejuvenate the paste. But this seemed to work. So you saw that it was very crumbly, and then spritzing it with water, it is spreading much more easily. So I want to hold it up, but you might be able to see that there's little spots right there that snowflake isn't completely pasted over. So if I take my time, a little bit of time, I can make sure I fill in every little nook and cranny. So let me take a minute, spread it to the ends. So you saw I had that tub of water and I have a roll of paper towel handy. Let's see if I can get some more over here. So I want to take my time, but not too much time because it is starting to dry already. And I'm not going to try to get it everywhere. Just want to make sure you can see that they are snowflakes. Let's get this one down here because that will be seen. So how are your Christmas cards coming? Is everybody making them, or do you do photo cards or store-bought cards or whatever? With all the Christmas cards I've been sharing with you, I haven't counted how many cards I have done. And then my Christmas Stamp-A-Stack, that will help me a lot. Okay, that is as good as I'm going to get, I think. It's really starting to dry now, and I want to make sure. So this is going to go into that tub of water. And I'm going to lift this up. This is kind of the big reveal. Oh, I did pretty good. This is going to go right in my tub of water, and as soon as I'm done with my video, I'm going to turn that upside down. I will clean that off. So I'm going to set that aside. You can see I got some on the edges there. Clean that off a little bit. And I love this mat I work on. Sadly, Stampin' Up! Does not sell these. I think it's called a craft mat. And even this embossing paste will not stick to this. I don't know if it's actually Teflon, but it's very strong like that. So we're going to clean this up and move on with our card. I really like the simplicity of this card, and it helps the embossing stand out a little more. There, I think I've got it all. Let's do another little spritz. There goes my paper towel roll, but I think I'm done. I just realized that the only stamping on my card is on the inside, and then I always stamp on the back of my cards so that people know that I've used Stampin' Up! Products on my cards. There we go. All clean. I'm going to put this back in, and hopefully it'll still be usable. I should use this on a few more cards soon, like in the next month or so, because things like this aren't really supposed to last forever. So that is embossing paste with the embossing tools, and like I said, the consistency was a little off. The tools do come, I think there's 3 pieces. That one I used, and then these 2. That one I used is my favorite, and I don't use these very much at all. So, embossing paste. Give me just a minute, and I'm going to move this water to my other table. There's my mask and the tool, keeping moist so I can clean it after. Okay. Let me go. Oh, I lost you. I don't have a video of you right now, or with you. Hopefully you're still there. Okay. Let's use my reach. Let's bring the card back. I'm going to make this one Mary. I was working with some new products. That's one of the fun things about being a demonstrator. You get access to new products. So I was working with a celebration product that will be available to customers in January. And I was using shaded spruce and granny apple green. So that's what our card is going to be today. All right, so these letters are pretty tiny. Again, they are the Playful Alphabet dies. And if you look in the catalog, there are multiple letters of some letters. I think there were 2 A's. I can't find them all. I didn't look real close. But I think there's 2 R's, 2 A's, 2 E's. Yep, there's another E, and here's the E I already have out. So, very fun. And one of the other things we're going to use is an adhesive sheet. So, Stampin' Up! Carried the adhesive sheets for a while, and when they discontinued it, I used my 40% off at the big box stores. You can see this is a different company, but I believe Stampin' Up! Used to sell this. I don't know if ours is still Sizzix brand or not. We're going to use my mini machine to die cut some letters. And I cut down using the mini machine. You only have 3 inches wide here. So I cut down my granny apple green cardstock, and there's my adhesive sheet. But the adhesive sheet's too big. I only want it as big as my cardstock. So I'm just going to cut that off. And I keep all the pieces of cardstock and foil, and if you can see there, that pieces that have those on there. Sorry, that's kind of loud, isn't it? So here's a piece of So Saffron with adhesive ready to go. So I just keep that in a bag separately. All right. So I'm going to take, it says peel here. Get this out of the way. I think my adhesive is quite old. And I believe the adhesive is supposed to stick to this side, but my adhesive is on that side. So I'm just going to peel that off. That has the adhesive on it. Oh, that's the best way. And I'm just going to lay that in the middle of my cardstock. And then I'm going to take, see, there's my green. that I got my Noel out of. And I put the dies on the bottom up here. Well, that's the L. We're not going to need the L. Oh my goodness. Goodness. Okay, so we're going to die cut the word Mary. I already have the word Mary in shaded spruce. So this is just like the big machine. This plate tells us that it's for place die cutting edge down. Okay, and it tells you what you need. You need this one and then 2 of these. And if you're die cutting or embossing, you use a different plate and it tells you what you need. So I want the word Mary, and I want to make sure my letters go where my adhesive is. So I'm going to stay away from the edges and go in a little ways there. E-R-R, so I need the M and the Y. Edge face down. Hopefully this will work. I used my big machine earlier. Alright. And you can see that it did die cut all the way through, so then I can take them out. Oh, sorry, that was kind of loud. This folds up so compactly, and it's very light. I can hold it with one finger, a little heavy for one finger, but this is a great investment if you're looking to get into die cutting. And most of our die cuts, most of our dies, and we're getting more and more embossing folders for the little machine. I have thought about, but I have not done it yet, is cut one of the big embossing folders so it'll fit in the mini machine. Let's see. We're gonna mix these things up. So maybe every other color, every other one. So I want, again, this is shaded spruce and granny apple green. I thought it would make a bright, fun Christmas card. And then I will stamp on the inside and our card will be done. Oh, I should be looking for comments, questions. All right. Oh, how long have I had my paste? Months, Kathy. It's been months. I could go back and look. I'm pretty sure I bought it for a video. Like I said, I had one and it was not usable. I added water to it thinking the water would rejuvenate it, and it didn't. So I will go back and see when I did that video. So I bought it for that video, however long ago that was. So I want to say months. So I guess if I buy any more, I do still have some silver that I think is usable. I would plan to use it within a year, maybe. I don't think it'll, like I said, it won't last forever, but I think I might get 2 cards out of this because I have my 2 card bases. M-E, switch those around. R. It's like a puzzle, and I'm going sideways. I have a hard time reading sideways. M-E-R-R-Y. All right, these are going to go back in my envelope so I don't lose them. Oops. We're going to use a light card base. We're going to use those on our card. Let me pick these up so like I said, don't want to lose them. That would be bad. Which one is dry? Now I don't know which one I just did. I think I just did that one. That's really hard. Oh, it's dry, so I could use either one. We'll use this one. We are going to use... Oh, I thought I had a... We'll just use shaded spruce. I thought I had the other one, the granny apple, handy. Sorry, I was looking at questions. How long have I had it? Christmas cards. Kathy says, I did 2 Christmas cards today from last week's Facebook Live. Oh, fun. Good. Sentiments inside my cards to make sure I have enough for my list, says Alma. Kathy says she likes the stencils in the mini better than the ones in the annual. There are actually some even more interesting ones coming in the mini starting in January. They are on my list to purchase on Wednesday if I have access to them. So our pre-order as demonstrators starts on Wednesday the 1st. And I have till tomorrow to input your name and address if I'm having Stampin' Up! Send you a catalog. If you have purchased from me in the last 6 months, I am sending you a catalog. I have a few other names of people that I'm sending catalogs to. And so if you don't think you're on either of those lists, please let me know. Normally I would put my adhesive here, but because we have that embossing paste, I thought it would be kind of lumpy, so my adhesive went on my card base. I'm just going to center this, lay it down, and again, I'm going to burnish it from the back because I wouldn't be able to rub it flat with the embossing paste. All right, let's get the Mary on here. M-E-R-R-Y. I'm going to start in the middle. Get that out of the way. So that adhesive sheet, the liner is there, but when I take the liner off, this becomes a sticker. There's my R. Okay, I had another idea to line these up. I have a habit, at least when I'm writing, of going sideways. So I'm going to line my card up on this grid paper with that at the top. And somewhere I have... So in cutting all these white bases 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card base, I have a lot of these 1/2 inch strips. I'm going to put my Mary up a little ways. So I'm going to set this so I know that if my letters butt up to that, they will be straight. I'm going to put my R in the middle of my card, then I'll work my way out. So that's how I can line up my letters and not have them go every which way. All right, see, I can't take this off and talk at the same time, so hold on. Nope, not coming. Oh, I need to go back and look for more comments and questions. I think I got them all so far. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment or question and I'll get back to you. I'm going to put these a little closer together. Or contact me directly with the questions and comments. Some of you do. Thank you very much. So next Monday is the first Monday in December. So we'll be doing more Christmas. And I think I'm going to do kind of like a table favor. So I'll make things that I can put on our table for Christmas dinner for my family. Probably contain candy, if I know me. So I started in the middle so I knew where I wanted it centered. So I knew where things would go. This M is so much bigger than the E. But I think it'll all work out in the end. There's my M. I'll check my time. Oh, we're doing good. Push that down. Not rubbing because I don't want to rub off the... There's our card. All right. I'm going to grab my shaded spruce ink, my blending brush, this other stencil. I call them stencils. Stampin' Up! Calls them masks. I don't know. And I have a layer for the inside, and I have an envelope. I'm going to use a stamp for Unto Us. You've seen me use this a lot. Merry Christmas is the favorite greeting because it's nice and small, and then people can see the rest of my card. I think Christmas Begins with Christ is a nice one for this card. We have been so busy with other house and car projects that I still don't have a table, although I have decided which table I want. So that should be coming. Oh, sorry, I just hit my tripod. So hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll get a new table. Ink, 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 ink. Make sure it's inked. I see lots of ink around the edges, so I'm going to be careful not to wiggle it when I stamp. Push down, give it a nice press. Nope, I pushed too hard. My nice press was too hard, as you can see there. Turn it over. 2 sides to your cardstock. This time I will be firm, but not a nice press. How's that? Firm. Hold it for a second to let the ink transfer. And much better. We're going to leave this out. And let's see here. Okay. I put my adhesive away. So adhesive goes on the side with my smudge. It's not really smudge. I think of that as a halo. Oh, make sure I put this. Oh, good thing I didn't check the opening of this card. There's that. There's that. Now we need to decorate the envelope. I know there are people who say no naked envelope. So I'm going to fold this up a little bit because I only want to put that stencil on my flap. So I fold it up, and then this will protect the bottom of my envelope. I'm going to lay this right there, and I'm going to hold it down. Ink, 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 ink. I'm going to start off, and I'm just going to swipe. I find that if I try to swirl, I get smudges. Start off and go on. Oop, it moved a little bit. That big smudge is on my paper, luckily, not on my envelope flap. I think this will be good enough. I think the big reveal is going to be beautiful. Look at that. So I am planning a technique class series that's going to start probably in January. Haven't figured out timing yet. And the blending brushes will be probably the first technique we learn. So, and in the class you'll get a blending brush. I haven't figured out timing and price and all that, but watch my newsletter. Oh, that's the other thing. You can sign up for my newsletter at my website as well. There's my beautiful envelope to go with our Mary. Maybe I'll do one for Noel as well. Questions? All right. Thank you, Anne. I'm sure I had seen that little trick for lining up letters somewhere along the way. I don't think it was all my own. Stencils. The stencils are really fun. And using them with a sponge or a blending brush gives you lots of options. I don't know what else to tell you. Merry Christmas. It's almost December. I feel like we can say that now. So there is ink on here. I'll use a paper towel to clean off this stencil. That just comes right off. I don't want to get that one out of the garbage because there was paste on there. So, I don't know where my note went. Any other questions, please contact me. Happy stamping. And like I said, next week we'll be doing Christmas again, with probably like a table favor is what I call them. So thank you very much. I appreciate you watching and following me on different places. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye. Take care.